this might sound crazy, but one of the most inspirational sports stories of all time has never been made into a movie, and we're about to fix that right now. So as you probably know, I love movies and I love superheroes. That's probably why you're watching this video. But there's one thing I love just as much as those two, and that's college basketball. Don't scroll. Give me a second. There is one story about a college basketball team that needs to be made into a movie. I don't care what it takes, and I'm gonna pitch it right now. I need this to happen. If anybody's listening that can make this happen, call me, okay? This is the story of the 1983 NC State Wolfpack, the team that nobody believed in, led by a coach that nobody thought would be successful, an absolute goofball in Jim Valvano. He was a comedian with a big personality that everybody loved, but nobody really took him seriously as a coach. Coach Valvano would even host practices where all they did was cut down the nets, pretending like they just won the championship to get their mindset right. At the heart of the story, you got senior guard Derek Wittenberg, a sharpshooter whose career almost ended early that season because of an injury. I mean, they were a solid basketball team. They had other players like Sidney Lowe, Terry Gannon, Thurl Bailey, but by no means should they have gone as far as they did. Going into the ACC tournament, they were 8-6 in conference play, meaning that they weren't gonna make the NCAA tournament unless they just won the whole thing. Every single game came down to the last second. They beat Wake Forest by 1 in the first round. Then they beat a Michael Jordan-led UNC team in overtime. Then in the championship game, they beat Virginia, the second best team in the nation, who had Ralph Sampson, the best player in college at the time. So now they get into the national tournament and they just continue to win, having to beat Virginia again in the Final Four. Now in the championship, looking to play Houston, the #1 team in the nation. Once again, this team was counted out. People thought they were going to lose by 30, but the game came down to the final seconds and it was tied, and I'll let you watch what happens.
Got to drive to the basket. It's down to 7 seconds. You can see the time. Whitberg. Oh, that's a long ways. They won it. On the dunk. Lorette knockout. Slammed it in. A missed shot from 35 feet.
And if you are a fan of college basketball, you probably know that Jimmy V, the coach of this team, years later got diagnosed with cancer and became an advocate for believing in oneself and never giving up until he eventually passed away. And that would be the theme of this movie and the theme of this team. It would do numbers in the box office.